Hello everybody. It's been a long time. I've been very inactive on this and I really apologize for that. But in this video, we're going to go through my 2023 so you guys can get caught up of what has happened in my life. I will be talking about some personal stuff, what I did in 2023, also language stuff because, you know, this channel. I'll also be talking about my goals for the future, for this channel, for my languages. So if this interests you at all, feel free to stick around and learn a little bit more about me. If not, I will see you in the next one where I go into more detail about a specific thing about a language. To open this video up, I think we'll go through some major milestones that happened to me in 2023. And I think the biggest of all of them is I graduated, or at least I finished, my master's degree in neuroscience in Munich in Germany. And with that came my thesis. So I'm very happy that that's out of the way. It does explain why, hopefully, I wasn't so active on this. I had a lot to do. Also, apologies for the sun. I'm using natural lighting as much as I can. And sometimes it goes between clouds because I'm back in Ireland now and we have a lot of those. I guess another cool thing that happened in 2023 was I spent the last 2 months in Australia. I'll put a picture up on the screen here, but I won't dwell on that too much. Just so you know where I was. Now for some positive stuff about languages that happened in 2023. Although I didn't show a lot, I continue with the German and I feeling pretty confident in my German now. So while I was actually in Germany, I was essentially living through German, which was really, really nice. My lab spoke a lot of German, so I got some everyday practice there. And the friends that I made in Germany, although not all German, decided by the end of it to join me on my German journey. And I was able to speak to them. Also, what I have shown you guys is my reading, and I absolutely love reading in German now because it's gotten to a point where I can just pick up a book in German and read the book, which has always been a goal of mine from the very get-go. And I just wanted to show you guys what I've actually read this year. I have my Goodreads open here, so I'm going to go through them. Finished the Harry Potter series, so that was a big goal of mine. I started that at the beginning and now finished that, I don't know, maybe like November, October. When was it? The 22nd of November. But I also read this year The Half-Blood Prince and then The Order of the Phoenix. So the Harry Potter books I read in German. I also read The Chain of Gold by Cassandra Clare, the first one in German. I read Kinder des Nebels, the first Mistborn from Brandon Sanderson. And then I just finished the second one. Where is it? I just finished this big boy. 1,000 pages of German. Very difficult. Just because it's a fantasy book in general, and Brandon Sanderson does this thing where if you mention something once, you have to remember it, because it will become important later. Really, really thoroughly enjoyed that book, and I've downloaded the next one on my Kindle because reading that in bed had the imminent threat of it falling on my face constantly. Probably one of the very few videos that I've published this year has showed you guys that I did pick up a new language in 2023. That was my 90-day Spanish challenge with Link. And I really, really enjoyed the Spanish at the time, but then life got in the way. But as you'll see later, I'll go into more detail about my goals for Spanish in 2024. But as I have mentioned, life did get in the way. I did a lot of study this year, really. From the second that I entered the lab, it was very, very long days, every day and on the weekends as well. So it was very difficult to keep up my languages, especially to start a language. I had a break in March and that's why I took up the Spanish 90-day challenge, but then once I got back to reality, there wasn't really much time to keep going with a language from at least the level I was at then. To actually spend time and dedicate time to a new language was difficult. At least by the end of the 90 days, I had a good basis and there was some workarounds. They kind of fell off though as well. When it was a bit colder and I wasn't cycling to work, I was taking public transport and I was listening to some podcasts in Spanish and then in German as well. So that kept up the little bits here and then throughout the week. But I think it was a big learning experience this year where things really do get in the way and that is okay. Like, life happens. And this was a major milestone in my academic career. I got my master's degree now. It was a very humbling experience watching the progress in my Spanish just come to a halt because other stuff got in the way. That is entirely okay. As I mentioned before, I will be picking it back up again, so it's never too late. And if you're following me on anything other than YouTube, you will also know that this pattern of being incognito and MIA carried over to my other social media accounts such as Instagram and TikTok. And it was quite difficult because I lived in a shared house in Munich, which was quite loud, and my days were long, so it really left very little time for me to film anything, especially because I'm trying to use natural light here. If you leave the house at 8 and get back at 8, there's not that much light left. And this leads me to the last part of this video, where I'm going to go through my goals for 2024. And I'm going to keep in the order that I've already implemented in this video and talk about my personal life first. So the master's is done. So the next up on the list is a PhD. And I have some stuff lined up for this. I'm not going to give anything away just in case I jinxed it. With regards to other part about my personal life, I want to spend more time with friends, go out a little bit more, not isolate so much, and yeah, stay fit and healthy for 2024, you know? Now, for the languages, I want to get B2 in Spanish. I know that's a big task for just 1 year, but it is 1 whole year, and I do have a bit of a foundation, and in comparison to German, I think Spanish is all right. I'm not going to say any language is easy, but it hasn't been too bad so far, so I think it's possible. And obviously, with regards to this B2, I have some smaller goals as well, but maybe I'll do a separate video about that, where I'm going to show you how I plan to learn Spanish this year. So Spanish will, again, I guess for 2024, be my new language. I will be keeping up German. As I mentioned before, I do have friends I can talk to, and also love reading. The 3rd book in the Mistborn series I've downloaded on my Kindle, and then because I have fell in love with Brandon Sanderson's writing, I got these 2 beautiful looking books. They're translated, absolutely gorgeous. And then this one. My friend also recommended me to read The Red Queen, so I'll probably do that series in German as well. Yeah, so those are my language goals. Pretty simple, just maintain my German, keep reading, keep enjoying the language, and then also try and do that in Spanish as well. And to wrap up this video really quickly, because it is a video, I'm going to talk about my YouTube channel and everything. So I finally got monetized, so that is insane. Thank you so much for everybody watching these videos, even though I wasn't very active. I plan to be this year at least a little bit more active, and I want to do maybe 20 videos this year. Is more than one.
I didn't catch that. Could you try again?
Jesus, Siri. I want to do about 20 videos.
Sorry, I'm still not sure about that.
I want to do about 20 videos this year on my YouTube channel, which is more than 1 a month, and I'm sure I'll be able for that. I also want to strive for some follower counts on Instagram and TikTok. Maybe 5k on Instagram this year, and then 50k on TikTok this year. We'll see how that pans out, but I have faith. I have faith. And that was everything. Just a quick recap video. I hope everybody enjoyed and is having a good 2024 thus far. If you picked up a new language, if you made it this far, let me know in the comments, and let me know how it's going. I'm very curious. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.